チャム様、ラダ様がグラメスの陰謀でお亡くなりになりました。
父上が。
Welcome to a special battle in the port this week. We are taking a look at Valis III. Now, because there's only two versions of this game, we are going to take a look at the side-by-side comparisons in a little more detail than normal, and even the differences in sound. But let's start off with the original game, which was developed by Telenet and released on the PC Engine CD-ROM in 1990. Now, just in case you didn't know, Valis III is the third game in a 4-part series. No, Valis X is not part of the main series, it's just filth. In the first 3 games you play as Yuko, however in this game she was also joined by her sister Valina and the young warrior named Cham, who are new playable characters. Not all 3 are available from the start, mind you. Additional characters are met during your quest through the world of Vikanati. In addition to the new characters and their different attack styles, a slide option has also been added to the game, giving the characters a little more freedom. You can also do a higher jump by pressing up and jump together. This PC Engine game plays reasonably well, although the jump mechanics do feel a little stiff if I'm to be honest. I also find the enemy attack patterns to be rather cheap and placed in such a fashion that it may not be possible to avoid being hit in many cases. This is a stark contrast to the boss battles, which are relatively easy. The only port of Valis III appeared on the Mega Drive a year later in 1991. This port was also developed by Telenet, although published by Sega in Japan. Now, while this Mega Drive port is missing an awful lot of cutscenes, it does feature an impressive amount for a cartridge game of its time. It's also missing a few stages, but has one new stage which is not to be found in the PC Engine original. But what makes the biggest difference here is how the game plays. Valis III on the Mega Drive is far more playable. Jumping feels smoother and less of an effort. Movement of the characters is more fluid and feels more responsive. Overall, it's just a much better playing game. It's faster too. Enemy placement on stages has remained the same in some areas, while improved in others. One thing that has dramatically improved are the boss battles. They're now more of a challenge, and to be honest, a lot more interesting. Graphically, I also think it's better with more detailed sprites and backgrounds, plus we now have some nice parallax scrolling. The cutscenes don't look as colourful as the PC Engine originals, but they're far from bad. In fact, I bet most wouldn't even notice unless they were side by side. Just as well, that will be coming up soon. So here we go with a new section on Battle of the Ports where we're going to take a listen to two of the same tunes from two different formats. First up is the PC Engine CD-ROM. So that was the PC Engine version and the Mega Drive version of a track called Ningen Kai. Here we go with the next track, starting with the PC Engine version followed by the Mega Drive version. This track is called Mugen Kai. And there you have a sample of two different tracks from two different formats played side by side. Let's take a look at the visuals side by side.